Hello, my dear students. Today we'll talk about the rights and liabilities of a registered trade union and the rights and duties of office bearers of a trade union. So first of all, we'll talk about the rights and liabilities of a registered trade union. When we talk about the rights and liabilities of a registered trade union under the Trade Union Act 1926, the first right, and it imposes certain liability also, that funds of a general fund cannot be spent on any other object than the payment of salaries, allowances and expenses to the office bearers of the trade union. So the general funds, it is the liability, or it is the duty of the registered trade union that they will spend the general funds of the trade union on the payment of the salaries of the trade union office bearers, on their allowances, expenses to the office bearers of the trade unions, or expenses for the administration of the trade union. The presentation or defiance of any legal proceedings to which the trade union or any member thereof is a party, then there also this general fund may be spent. And the conduct of the trade disputes in fact, and compensation of members for the losses arising out of the trade dispute, or the provisions related to the education, social or religious benefits of the members, or to upkeep of a periodical published. Though we have discussed all those things in our previous lectures also, but here we are discussing all those things from a rights and liabilities of a registered trade union perspective. So where what would be the liability of a registered trade union? That registered trade union would be just utilizing those funds, the general funds in fact, for the salary purpose, allowances, expenses to the office bearers of the trade unions, for administration of the trade union, and if any sort of legal proceeding is there and money is required, then these general funds may be utilized over there also. And the conduct of trade dispute and compensation of members for any loss arising out of the trade disputes, for social religious purposes, for education purpose, and for the any publication work, or the the publication of any periodical published which is carrying information related to the workman or the employer. The second one is the constitution of a separate fund for political purpose. So again, the registered trade unions, they are responsible that they may constitute a separate fund from contributions separately levied for or made to that fund, from which payments may be made for the promotion of the civic and political interest. So my dear students, so we can say that the general funds were we can use the general funds for some other purposes, as we have already discussed, and for the political purposes, political interests of its members in furtherance of any object, such as the payment of any expenses incurred either directly or indirectly, the holding of any meeting or the distribution of any literature document in support or any of any such candidate, the registration of electors, or the selection of a candidate for any legislative body constituted under any local authority. So for all those purposes, those political funds which would be separate from the general purposes, we can utilize those political funds. Then the registration of the electors, or the selection of a candidate for any legislative body constituted under, or for any local authority holding of political meetings of any kind. So if you want to hold any kind of political meeting, then again, these political funds would be utilized, not the general funds of the trade union. So far, the criminal conspiracy in trade dispute is concerned under this act, no office bearer or member of a registered trade union shall be liable to the punishment. So it's a kind of immunity also, and it's a kind of privilege also. And he will not be liable to punishment under subsection 2 of the section 120B of the Indian Penal Code 1860 in respect of any agreement made between the members for the purpose of furthering any such object, the trade union as is specified in its in section, it's unless the agreement is an agreement to commit an offense. And these registered trade unions have certain immunities from civil suits in certain cases also, like no suit or other legal proceedings shall be maintainable in any civil court against any registered trade union or any office bearer or member thereof in respect of any act done in contemplation or furtherance of a trade dispute to which a member of the trade union is a party on the ground of that such act includes any other person to break a contract of employment. So we can say that this is an immunity from the civil suits in certain cases to the registered trade union, or that is in interference with the trade business or employment or some other person, or with the right of some other person to dispose of his capital or his labor as he wills. One more thing is there, that a registered trade union shall not be liable in any suit or other legal proceedings in any civil court in respect of any fraudulous act done in contemplation or furtherance of a trade dispute by an agent of a trade union, if it is proved that such person acted without the knowledge of or contrary to express instructions given by the executive of the trade union. So if some agent, someone is working as an agent for the trade union and without the intimating the trade union doing some work, so he would be responsible, because a registered trade union shall not be liable for his or her act, what he or she has performed as an agent. So this is again one immunity. And so far the enforceability of the agreements are concerned for the registered trade unions, notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for the time being in force, an agreement between the members of a registered trade union shall not be void or voidable merely by reason of the fact that any two the subjects of the agreement are in restraint of trade. So this is again about the registered trade unions. And the right to inspect books of trade unions. These registered trade unions are having this right. The account books of the registered trade union and the list of members thereof shall be open to inspection by an office bearer or member of the trade union at such times as may be provided for in the rules of the trade union. So this is again a right available to the registered trade union members. And one more right is given to the registered trade union, that is related to the right of minors to membership of trade unions. Any person who has attained the age of 18 years may be the member of a registered trade union, that we have discussed in our previous lecture also, and subject to any rules of the trade union to the contrary, and may subject as offers that enjoy all the rights of a member and execute all instruments and give all acquittances necessary to be executed or given under the rules. So this is again one right available to the registered trade union minors, we can, or the right of minors to membership of a trade union. Effects of change of name of amalgamation. The change in the name of a registered trade union shall not affect any right or obligation of the trade union. I repeat, this is very important, that change in the name of a registered trade union shall not affect any right or obligations of the trade union or render defective any legal proceedings by or against the trade union. An amalgamation of two or more registered trade unions shall not prejudice any right of any such trade unions or any right of a creditor of any of them. Now we talk about the rights and duties of the office bearers and the members. So far the rights and duties of the office bearers and the members are concerned. The such officers and the members of an approved union as may be authorized by or under rules made in this behalf by the state government shall in such manner and subject to such conditions as may be prescribed have a right to collect. So what are the rights available to the trade union members and the office bearer? To collect sums payable by members to the union on the premises where wages are paid to them. They are authorized to collect that amount, office bearers and members of the approved unions. They can collect these sums payable to the members to the union on the premises where they are collecting the wages or where wages are being paid to them. And to put up or cause to be put up a notice board on the premises of the undertaking in which its members are employed and affixed or caused to be affixed notice thereon related to this. And for the purpose of the prevention of settlement of trade dispute, to hold discussions on the premises of the undertaking with the employees concerned who are the members of the union. This right is available and they can meet and discuss with an employer or any person appointed by him for the purpose of removing the grievances of its members employed in his undertaking. So the trade union office bearers, members, they are having this right. They are authorized that they can meet and discuss with the employer, and if the employer is not there, then if employer has deputed someone or appointed someone as their representative, then they can discuss with him or her for the purpose of removing the grievances. Whatever grievance the employees are having or the trade union members are having employed in the undertaking, they can just resolve that issue also there. And of course, the trade union members and the office bearers are having a right to inspect, if necessary, in any undertaking, any place where any member of the union is employed. This is again one right given to the trade union members and the office bearers. So they can inspect the if they believe that or they feel that it is necessary in the undertaking, any place where any member of the union is employed, they can go there and they can talk. So this is all about, my dear students, regarding the rights and duties and regarding the right and duties of the trade union members and the office bearers and the rights and liabilities of a registered trade union. So this is all for this for today's lecture, and on next lecture we will take up some other assignment of the related to the trade union. So thank you so much, and I believe this lecture will help you. Take care. Bye bye. Thanks once again.